All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Omar Ibrahim. I worked with Lorena and Sreeja to develop eco transport for food waste solutions. So, the main problem that we're trying to address is excessive food waste during the agricultural production. There's a need for food waste innovation, but unfortunately, there is a lack of reliable and efficient food waste transportation in Western New York, which means that often food waste ends up in landfills. The solution that we decided to come up with would be to sort and transport food waste from farmers and wholesalers to PLA or polylactic acid manufacturers in order to allow those manufacturers to create plastics out of food waste. The main hurdle that we have to deal with is planning a sustainable and efficient route for trucking to remain consistent between food waste providers and PLA manufacturers. In terms of the feasibility of the project, if we look at the implementation, we need to first understand the existing types of food waste in the Buffalo area. We also need to communicate with food waste providers like warehouses, grocery stores, and farmers. We also need to communicate with manufacturers of PLA. And our role would be to specifically focus on the collection of food waste from food waste providers, communication with food waste providers and manufacturers of PLA, as well as trucking between food waste providers and manufacturers of PLA. And hopefully, the goal would be to grow the scale of the project over time. In terms of the originality of the project, bioplastics already exist, and they focus on converting small molecules into long chains of plastic. There are existing examples of plastics being made from milk, potato, sugar, and other objects. However, our role for this project would be a broker role, not a manufacturer, meaning that we are responsible mainly for facilitating communication and trucking between food waste providers and manufacturers of PLA. And obviously, this project is unique in that it is applicable specifically to the Buffalo area. In terms of the impact of the project, it's important to note that the production of lost and wasted food generates approximately 32 million cars worth of GHG emissions in the US. Furthermore, 20 billion pounds of produce are lost on farms every year in the US, and 68% of food waste, or about 42 million tons, goes to landfills or combustion facilities. So, hopefully, this solution is intended to address some of the adverse effects of food waste. In terms of the market that we're looking at, we're focusing specifically on the US market for PLA plastic, which is currently worth around $63 million. In terms of the cost of transportation per mile, we used a guide for operational costs of trucking in 2019 that was prepared by the American Transportation Research Institute. And the average operational cost of trucking was calculated to be about $1.652 per mile. And so hopefully these values can assist us in determining our cost of transportation per mile for trucking. In terms of the competition, we're dealing with companies like Fulcrum and Kosan, uh, which are focused on converting food waste into biofuel. We're also dealing with companies like Loop and Dose, which are focused on converting food waste into other resources like cold pressed juice. In terms of potential partnerships, since we're looking at the Buffalo area specifically, we're aiming to partner with Blackstone Launchpad as well as UB Campus Dining and Shops. And hopefully, as the scale of the project grows, we aim to work with the city of Buffalo directly. Team members that worked on this project are myself, Omar Ibrahim, as well as Lorena and Sreeja. We also worked with several mentors throughout the project, so we're very thankful for their assistance. That's all we have for our project. Thank you so much for listening and watching.